Hey there, Atlanta News First meteorologist JD Dishern here. Here to give you an update on the weather that we are expecting as we go across the next 7 days. Obviously, we're going to be focusing on those first alert weather days that we have going in from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And of course, we're going to fill you in on that Valentine's Day holiday forecast as well. I know a lot of you have your plans for that evening, and I'm going to let you know if they're going to go off without any weather worries. So let's go ahead and dive into our graphics here. As we take a look, we're going to be noticing that for the most part, we're going to be dealing with the rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So for tomorrow, Monday, I know we had a few isolated showers today. Tomorrow, that chance is even lower out there, and we're going to continue to see those chances really remain on the lower side through tomorrow night. And it's not until Tuesday morning that we start to see a bit of moisture work its way back into the region. So as we take a look, Tuesday, evening showers. That's why it's just a few light shades of greens. But by Wednesday, we're in the full thick of it. And that's why you see those darker colors right there. And we'll notice that those are going to be, the yellow over Atlanta and then reds up to the north. And by Thursday, we're going to get all this out of the way. You notice, though, the heaviest rain is still up to the north. And I think that's one of the things the models, while they're refining and getting a better handle on all of this that they're coming to agreement on, is the fact that the heaviest rains are going to be in North Georgia. So anybody basically from Canton over to Rome, over towards Gainesville, Athens, and northward are going to be seeing the heaviest of rains. Now, that does not mean that we're going to be out of the woods in metro Atlanta or in our southern viewing area, because we're still going to be looking at a good chunk of rain rolling into our area, and that is still having the possibility for some flash flooding as well. So let's go ahead and take a look right now. We have our temperatures outdoors right now, 67 degrees, still very warm considering our average high this time of year is 56. We did pick up about 1/10 of an inch of rain this morning. Beautiful skies here in Atlanta, but we do have a few isolated showers out there, mainly to the north and the west of the city. If any of those do come in to your area, they're going to be very light and they're going to be very few and far between. So just kind of keep that in mind there as you make your way into the evening hours. Now, by tomorrow morning, all of this is pretty much said and done. Those temperatures outdoors right now, very nice. In fact, as we take a look, I'm going to remove the banner so folks south can see exactly what's going on. We have 68 in Thomaston, 67, as we mentioned here in Atlanta, 68 in Eatonton, 64 in LaGrange. But we do have a cold front kind of draped over the area. That's what's sparking off those small chances of rain for the evening. But it's also giving us a lot cooler temperatures. I mean, 53 in Rome right now, 58 in Canton, 50 in LJ, 52 in Blairsville. Now, normally we'd be able to say that the mountains were cooler because of the elevation, but no, this is because of the front. I mean, we have almost a 15-degree temperature difference between Rome and Atlanta, Georgia right now. Typically, that would be a little bit closer together on a normal evening. So, we're going to continue to watch these lows tonight. Again, the cold front position makes a difference. Atlanta, 51, most of the suburbs, mid to upper 40s. 39, though, in LJ, 40 in Blairsville, and then upper 40s to lower 50s south of I-20. Now, here's what I want to show you. So these are the models we've been showing you the past few days. Obviously, we have a little more than the Euro and the GFS that we look at, but these kind of give us a very good idea of what exactly is coming together. So obviously we see the darker colors in northern and western Georgia, and we see the lighter colors south of the metro. So that's what the models are agreeing on. What they're still not quite agreeing on is the timing on all this. The American model brings this in a little bit earlier in the day on Tuesday, whereas the European kind of holds it off until we get into the evening. And then as we go through the next several days, the GFS wants to hold it in. GFS is the American, wants to hold some of this moisture into Valentine's Day, while the Euro's like, nah, get out of here. Thursday evening, we're done with this. So we're still going to have to refine this forecast in terms of timing, but for amounts, we're pretty good on this one. In fact, we're going to be noticing that widespread 2 to 6 inches of rain across the North Georgia area. The higher amounts will be to the northern portion of the state. So anywhere basically Bartow County, Floyd County, over towards Hall County, Lumpkin County, and northward. That's where we're going to see the highest potential for flash flooding as we head on into the rest of the week. So here's the timing on all this. Basically, this is one of the models that kind of aligns with the GFS a little more. So you notice by 7 a.m. Tuesday, your morning commute, it's already got some showers in here. Heading into the rest of the afternoon, it's still kind of light. You still see those yellows, the heavier showers and the thunderstorms off to the northwest, up near Chattanooga, up near Huntsville. But as we go into the evening hours, and especially overnight into Wednesday, that slowly starts to sink to the south. So by Wednesday morning, we could be dealing with some very heavy rains for those morning commutes, and that will continue as we head into the afternoon. Notice we're not getting any reprieve out of this. Once the rain really kicks in Tuesday night, it's really not going to let up as we go through Wednesday night, or Thursday. So that's one of the reasons that we're going to see so much in the way of moisture and precipitation out of this, and another reason why we're going to be seeing that potential for flash flooding. Keep in mind, there's going to be two different types of flooding with this. We're going to have flash flooding. That's very quick, rapid rising water. Happens a lot of times in urban areas or with streams and creeks. That usually happens during the event. What we're going to have to keep an eye on Friday, even though it's going to be crystal clear, is all this rain that fell in North Georgia has got to come south as it makes its way towards the Gulf or to the Atlantic. And eventually that could cause some river flooding here in the metro area and even farther points south that didn't even see as much rain as they did up to the north. Now, the good news is, at least we should get a little bit of a break between those two things. But even by Thursday morning, we're still dealing with that heavy rain. It's not until the afternoon on Thursday that we really kick this system out of here, and then overnight into Friday, see those clearing skies. But look at these rain totals. By 8 p.m. on Thursday, once all of this moisture, for the most part, is out of the area, we're talking 2 to 5 inches of rain widespread. I would not be surprised if some folks up in North Georgia had 5 to 8 inches of rain out of this, especially in those higher elevation areas in the Appalachians. So we're talking like Fannin County, Gilmer County, Habersham and Rabun counties. And the reason is because the terrain helps to give a little extra lift into the atmosphere, and lift causes rain, and that helps to exacerbate the rain that's going to be coming on through. It's a weather term called orographic lift, but simply saying when the air rises because of the terrain, more rain will fall. And I think that's going to put a damper on some plans up there, especially as we see some of these higher amounts. And the amounts are high enough that the Weather Prediction Center has issued a flash flood risk for us. It's a level 2 of 4 for Tuesday night and into Wednesday. Basically, when it's issued this far in advance, it means they have a really good confidence that at least somewhere, not the whole thing, but at least somewhere is going to see flash flooding during the time period. And again, for us, that's Tuesday on into Wednesday. As we go on into the rest of the forecast, we're going to be looking at the heavy rain, obviously, for our first alert weather days. Some storms are going to be possible on Thursday. Right now, it doesn't look like they're going to be on the severe side, but we will always keep an eye out for that, just in case there's a little more energy in the atmosphere than the models are kind of hinting at. And all of this is happening because high pressure, which has been keeping us warm, it's been giving us this heat wave basically for the last week and a half, it's finally moving. In addition to the warmth, though, it kept all the rain, most of it. We saw a few showers this morning, but the big, heavy, downpours and deluges that last hours upon hours, well, it's kept those away. They're all coming back next week, as we obviously mentioned. So once the high moves away, the warmth is going to move away as well. So your temperature outlook for next week, well, it's going back to average. And then beyond that, we could actually see colder than average temperatures. So, we have a few questions in the chat right now. Space Cadets wanting to know, will the heat wave break soon? Yes. Absolutely. It's going to break probably by Tuesday when we get temperatures back near average across North Georgia with all this moisture that's coming into place. And Jesus wants to know, do we think we could see winter weather again this month? Always too soon to tell if it's not in the next few days whether we could see winter weather. What I will say is the first thing that you need for winter weather is obviously colder air. And it does look like much colder air is going to be returning back to the southeast for the back half of the month. And you can kind of get a handle on that with this graphic right here, because you can see back towards Minneapolis, Omaha, in the center of the country is a lot of blue. And the longer term models, we really can't look at them for rain, snow, and things like that, but we can look at them for overall patterns. Well, the overall pattern has that big shift of colder air coming to the east and diving a little south. Too soon to say just how cold it will get, but it's definitely going to be a lot colder than what we have been seeing. So that's one of those things that we're going to be looking out for once we get these active systems out of the way for this week. So here's that 7-day forecast. Monday, tomorrow, not too bad. Maybe isolated shower. I really think the rain's going to be on the lower end. But notice by Tuesday, we're back down into the 50s. That's about where we should be this time of year. Mid-60s on Wednesday and Thursday, we warm things up just a little bit. It's another reason why we have the lightning icon on there. The warmer it is, the more energy there is in the atmosphere, and that might be just enough to spark off some thunderstorms mixed in with these showers as they roll on through. Now, by Thursday, the storms themselves will be in a line ahead of the cold front that's diving south across the area. It's going to move very quickly, and once it does, look at the morning temperatures. We're back in the 30s and 40s across North Georgia, afternoons in the 50s to low 60s. Your Valentine's Day, if you got any plans, looking absolutely fantastic out there. Mostly sunny skies by the afternoon. It's going to be dry, maybe a little chilly if you want to be on the patio. I think this weekend was the weekend for that. Next weekend, going to be a little bit cooler, but you know what? Put a jacket on and enjoy the sunshine, because by Saturday, clouds starting to build again. we're not out of this active pattern. We're going to be seeing another system start to arrive. And right now, it's a little too far out to really nail the timing down, exactly. But it is looking at this time like late Saturday in through Sunday is going to be another big push of heavy rain, showers, and storms throughout the southeast. That's your forecast for the evening hours. We're going to be back at 11 on Atlanta News First. And, I look forward to seeing y'all then. Hope y'all are having a wonderful evening, and check back in with us later.